All right, everybody, it is time here for your vet project. We've got Dr. Meredith Staniland joining me here today to kind of give you guys the latest on what you need to know for your vet project. So let's go ahead and kind of break things down first. It's the hottest month of the year, as most folks know. It's so hot outside. And with higher outdoor temperatures, it comes even hotter conditions when we step into our vehicles. Dr. Meredith Staniland is here from the Nacogdoches Animal Hospital Clinic to kind of join us and remind us why leaving your pets in the vehicle this time of the year is very dangerous. So, hi, Dr. Staniland. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Good. So let's talk about how leaving your pet in a vehicle could be potentially fatal for them as well. And it's already so hot during the day. Why does the inside of our
Yeah.
vehicles feel so much hotter when we first get inside?
Yeah, I mean, it will turn fatal pretty quickly. So our vehicles, they act like greenhouses. Sunlight passes through the windows and heats, and the interiors are all trapped. So all of that temperature rises. There's nowhere for it to escape, even if you do have the windows cracked. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But even if it's not extremely hot outside, the inside of a vehicle is going to get hot very, very quickly. And right now, when it's 100 degrees plus outside, you can imagine the heat that's going to build up very quickly inside a car.
Well, how fast, obviously, inside of your vehicle can it heat up without AC?
Yeah. So the average is about 2 degrees per minute is how fast it can heat up. So, think about, 5 minutes, 10 degrees, 10 minutes, 20 degrees. So if you think about even if it's 75 degrees outside, when you get in your car, it's hot. I don't know about you, but I got to turn that AC on pretty quickly and roll those
Uh-huh.
windows completely down to get the air moving. So, cracking the windows makes little difference because flow isn't actually happening. So, yes, you're going to be letting more hot air into that oven, but it's just going to be real hot inside, and it's going to cause some cooking. So,
Oh yeah. Well, this heat it's kind of unbearable for us right now because those triple digits it's not nice to be outside, right? But do
yeah,
dogs and
yep.
cats feel the heat more intensely than we do?
Yes, absolutely. So you and I, when we get hot, we'll start sweating. Our dogs and our cats, they do sweat some, but not their whole body like we do. So they are at a much greater risk for overheating because they just don't cool themselves as effectively. And you have to remember that a normal body temperature for a dog and a cat is typically between 100 and 102. That's normal for them. So, if you think about them going into a car, it's going to get even hotter much quicker. And because they're already starting off at sometimes 102, maybe 103 when they get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Cats are going to be even more susceptible because they don't sweat as much. Cats and dogs will sweat a little bit through their feet, but really not very much as all.
Well, do different breeds differ here in that aspect too with heat?
Yes. So your brachycephalic pets are your smushed faced pets. So in dogs and cats, so you have like your bulldogs, your pugs, your Boston Terriers, and then for cats, Himalayans, Persians, any of those short faced animals are gonna not pant as effectively. So which is how they get cool most of the time. So because they can't pant as effectively because they don't have a nose hole that's as big as other dogs and cats, they're going to already have trouble breathing, and they're going to get a lot of more edema and swelling quicker in their airways. So they're a much higher risk for overheating compared to other pets.
Well, let's talk about short hair on pets. Does keeping your pet hair short help in that aspect as well?
No, not necessarily. It's a great idea. Like, let's shave them all during the summer to keep them cool. But their coat actually provides some insulation from heat and from sunburn. So removing excess undercoat, can sometimes be beneficial if you're just going to take some hair off. But if they're a poodle or a Shih Tzu, like just keeping them well maintained and groomed, but don't shave them all the way down because that's a natural protection for them from the sun and heat.
Well, I mean, you'd give him a mohawk if he did that, anyways.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I've done it. So,
Okay, well, instead of turning on the AC, some people just kind of opt to crack their window. Is that a safe option to, try and keep your pets cool in the car? Why or why not?
I mean, you can definitely do it, but it's not going to provide a whole lot of support. So if you think, cracking your window for that couple minutes while you leave them inside, it will not. They will overheat, heat exhaustion, heat stroke will hit these guys really, really quickly. So cracking your window really doesn't do very much.
Well, the safest option is to maybe keep the pets at home, leave the AC running. Should you keep anything else in the car? Maybe like a bowl of water before you step out. What do you recommend here?
Yeah, I mean, whenever possible, unless you have to have them, it's best to always leave them at home if you can. But fresh water, it's not a suitable replacement for air conditioning and nice keeping them from some air, but pets will try to regulate themselves if they're starting to overheat. So fresh water and access to air conditioning is going to be the best, but if you can give them some fresh water, that always helps.
I mean, I always try and bring like a cold water bottle with me, and then I also have like one of those travel like drinking water bottles for dogs. So you can, it's on Amazon.
Those are so cute. Personally, I have left the AC running
Yeah.
occasionally, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't do that. Because I've had my dogs like step on the locks and lock me out of the car before. It
Yeah, me
happens.
too.
So,
I've
yep.
had that happen. I
Yeah.
usually my dog's certified emotional support, so I always have him going around with me everywhere he goes. I always make sure to like bring his like he has like a little vest that he puts on whenever we go places. So like
So
if I do,
cute.
yeah, if I do have to bring him in anywhere, then he knows when he puts that on, he's gonna go inside with
It's
me.
it's working time.
Yeah, exactly. He's still crazy, but always a good idea to if there is a place where you can go that does allow pets to go inside with you, try and do that instead of leaving them in there and then locking yourself out of your vehicle with your dog sitting there laughing at you.
Yes,
It's not very
yes.
fun. It's not very fun.
No,
Okay, well,
no.
is there anything else that we missed?
Um, uh, I would just say, just be cautious leaving them in the car. They like to lock themselves in. Also, some cars, they are fancier and they'll turn off after a couple of minutes. So make sure that isn't one of yours if you leave them running with the AC in. Signs of heat stroke would be the big thing I would definitely watch out for. So excessive panting, drooling. If the
Mm-hmm.
gums are really bright red, if your pet has been outside and all of a sudden becomes very weak and restless, it could be a sign that they're going into heat stroke. So move them immediately into like a cool shaded area, offer them water. But if they get too hot for too long, it can definitely cause some permanent damage. At 106, 107, which I have seen
Yeah.
pets come in at on a very regular basis, you're going to be starting to melt some things. So it's just you don't want it to get that way too quickly because it will happen.
All right. Well, Dr. Meredith Staniland, thank you so much for joining us here, and I'm sure we'll see you next time.
Have a good day. Thank
You
you.
too. Bye.